Good morning, everybody. It's great to see you guys. Thank you for joining. And today we're going to go over reading 2, yeah? Unit 2, reading 2. So open your textbook for reading and writing. You were supposed to have already watched the video and done the activities. I know these activities are not graded, but they're practice, so they are important for you to do. It's your pre-study. And during our Zoom is our study and review. You can ask everything you want to ask. And then your post-study is where you review the material one more time and you do activities which also help you to upgrade your grade. Okay? Now, basically, I'd like you to straight away go to page 40. Let's go to page 40 because that's where we are supposed to be reading to On the River. And this story is an excerpt taken from the book The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, super famous book, which is mostly a compulsory book to read at school, written by Mark Twain. Lovely story. That's what basically we're going to look at today. Now, first off, we always start with the vocabulary, right? So we're going to look at the bold-faced words to see the words. Which words and phrases do you know the meaning of? And can you use any of the words and phrases in a sentence? So looking at the words itself, let me see what pops up, yeah? Feverish, conscience. And then we've got get around, promptly, and pretending. Okay, those are the words that we're going to look at today. I'm not going to read the story with you. You listened to the story already on the video. The video I played, the audio, and you could read along, right? Such a cute picture. On the river. Okay, an excerpt is, as you remember from last year, it's a smaller version from the complete book. So they just take a part of the whole story. Yeah. Okay, so basically we're gonna jump into the words first. The comprehension of the words. So we're gonna see what the words mean, what these words mean in context of a sentence. Okay. So we've got by, conscience, freedom, friend, in the north, light, safe, smallpox. Does anyone, by the way, have a question about the bold-faced words we looked at just now? Is there anything that you don't know about it? Any question, maybe? No? Okay. If you have a hard time remembering, you can also just write Bahasa Indonesia on top of it. You can just annotate it, right? Or make your own list with Bahasa Indonesia if that will be helpful. Okay, we're going to go to the first one. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer to annotate today?
Miss Lily, can I try?
Yeah, yo, cool. You guys should figure that
Okay.
one out. It's fun actually doing that, you know that? Oh, not
I
really.
just figured out how.
Okay,
I
cool.
didn't know.
You guys go, how is that fun, miss? Playing a game, that's fun. Annotating, screen, that ain't fun. Well, at least I'm doing nothing, you know? Okay, cool. Amel, thank you so much. So we go to the first one, and I'd like to hear from, okay, I'm gonna start in the middle. Stephen, good morning, Stephen. Hello, Stephen. I need to remind you that even though when you're placed within the list of attendance that you are attending, if you do not respond to me calling out your name, means I will put you in absent. I already updated Miss Ayu on that and also your Raleigh. So you will be placed as absent, okay? Because you have to be able to respond. So for example, you really, you gotta go to the toilet, you gotta let me know. Yeah? Okay, so Stephen is not responding, yeah? Then we go to, wait. Georgian, good morning, Georgian. Georgian. No, Georgian. Jeremy, good morning, Jeremy.
Yeah, miss.
Hi. Can you do number 1 for me?
And the most important goal for Jim and Huck was to get to town in the north.
Yeah. In the north, you can continue the sentence. In the north.
Get to get to a town in the north so that Jim could be free.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. So this is the comprehension of the text. Yes, people? Yes, yes. We get that. Okay, so how do we answer this basically? Can I ask you, Jerry, how did you come to your answer? How did you get to it?
Neba aja, Miss.
Okay, so thank you, Jer. Appreciate it. What I would like to remind you of is remember your reading strategies, guys. You're in grade 12. This is important, okay? Review, predict the text of the type of the genre of the text and the purpose. Skim the text. Now, if it is an informational text, you skim introductory paragraph, topic sentence, and concluding paragraph. But this is a narrative, a story. So we just skim really only the setting, the beginning, and maybe the end. That's it. Yeah. And then what you should do is underline in this question or in this sentence, basically underline the keywords, yeah, such as goal, goal, um, gets to a town. So that would be underlined, and from there you would go into the text to scan through it to find the answer. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna continue with number 2. I am going to ask, Lifia. Good morning.
Morning, Miss.
Hi. Can you do number 2?
Huck had a guilty conscience for 2 reasons. He had not done anything to tell Jim's owner that Jim was escaping, and he was also thinking of turning Jim in.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. Conscience. A guilty conscience. Okay, cool. Then we're gonna go to. I go back to Stephen. I saw Stephen enter our classroom just now. Good morning, Stephen.
Morning, Miss.
Hi, good of you to join. Can you do number 3 for us? What's number 3, Stephen? No answer, Stephen?
Wait, Miss.
Okay. Being so close to what? Made Jim speak more openly than he had ever spoken before. Being close to what?
To freedom.
To freedom. Very good. Thank you. Being so close to freedom. Yeah. Number 4. I'm going to ask Gilbert. Good morning, Gilbert.
Four is wait.
Can you read
Four
the
is
sentence?
Jim said that once he was free, he would do anything he could to buy the freedom of his wife and children.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, we go to number 5. I'm going to ask. Okay. Jenny. Morning.
Morning, Miss.
Hi. Can you do number 5?
Jim regarded Huck as his best friend.
Yeah. As his best friend. Awesome. Thank you. Now we're gonna continue to Sarah. So I'm going to delete it, or can you delete it? Do you know how? Guess we got it. Oh yeah, awesome. We gotta delete it before we continue. Oh, there we have it. Number 6. Okay, I'm gonna ask who did I say just now? Shani, yeah? Shani already, yeah? Sarah, that was it. Sarah. Sarah, you seem ready. Okay, let's go.
Huck lied to the man looking for the runaway slaves by saying that his sick father was the white man on the raft in the distance.
Very good. Awesome. Light. Thank you. Number 7. I'm going to ask Felin. Good morning.
Morning, Miss. The man believed they were afraid to catch smallpox, so they didn't go to check the raft on their own. Instead, they gave him a $20 gold piece to help him out.
Right. Thank you. Number 8. I'm going to ask Yusti. Yusti, are you here?
Yeah, Miss.
Hi. Can you do number 8? Try number 8, you see.
Safe, Miss.
Yeah. Huck saved Jim's life as a result. Thank you, Yusi. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, I understand that that's not too hard for you guys. So remember that doing this, completing sentences for comprehension questions like this is just completing it. Remember that you always have to look at the keyword before the blank and the keyword after the blank. And from there, you know what to look for. And you scan through your text to find the answer. Very good. Okay, then we go to the reading skill. Recognizing irony. Irony is a device an author uses to say the opposite of what he or she really means. It is usually done for a humorous effect, but it also often has a serious purpose as well. So it can be to give humor, but also to be empathic. Can be also to be empathic or just to be more serious. Yeah, yeah. In that case, empathic. Often the readers understand what is really going on in the story. Yeah, but the characters in the story do not. So here is an example of irony. There's a lot of ways in which we can use irony. Irony is basically, as you've actually already learned last year, is one of the literate devices that we have, such as we have a figurative language, right? Such as hyperbole, we've got assonance, we have personification, similes, metaphors, and so on. We have a whole list. Now, one of them is irony because with irony, basically, we're giving an underlying meaning. And the reason why we use that is to create a certain effect in what we are trying to say. Yeah. So here you had to answer the questions by choosing 1, 2, and 3 or 4 from the box. These are the explanations of irony. Now, here we have how to do the right thing in this situation is very unclear to Huck, so he decides to forget about morality altogether. The author may believe that an unjust society is incapable of teaching morality to young children who have to rely on their own instinctive sense of friendship and fairness. Number 2, it's true that by running away, Jim is stealing himself from his owner, but human beings should not be property. Whoever makes others into slaves should feel guilty, not Huck. Number 3, Jim talks about Huck being his best friend now. Well, Huck is really thinking of betraying him. Jim's trust makes Huck stop thinking of betrayal. Number 4, Huck is shocked that Jim would speak so forcefully, but the irony is that when Jim thinks he will soon be free, he starts asserting himself like any free man would in order to get back his family. Now, so we're looking at the numbers here, 1 until 4, and you gotta pick which one. Which one is the irony that belongs to which one? Now, I'd like you to read it out loud. I'd like to hear you read. So we're going to start with number 1, and I'm going to ask L to do number 1. Good morning, L.
Morning, Miss. I'm sorry, I haven't done that one.
Okay, would you want to try?
No, I think I'll pass.
You pass. Okay, thank you. Michelle. Michelle,
Yes.
can you help me out with number 1?
Number 1 is 2.
Can you read it for me, please?
conscience
Conscience.
conscience comes and says every time, but you knew he was running for his freedom, and you could have to tell somebody. That was true. I couldn't get around that. What had poor Miss Watson done to me that I could see her slap go off right under my eyes and never say one single word. I felt so mean and miserable. I wish I were dead.
Yeah. So you say the irony of this part of lines 9 to 13 is number 2. That's correct. Thank you very much. That refers to that it's true that by running away, he's kind of stealing himself from his owner. But then again, humans are not property. Very good. Thank you. Okay, we go to number 2. I am going to ask Fanya. Good morning, Fanya.
Hello, Miss.
Yeah, hi. Can you do number 2?
He was saying how as soon as he got to a free state, he would save up money and never spend a single cent. And when he got enough, he would buy his wife, who was on a farm close to where Miss Watson lived. And then they would both work to buy the 2 children, and if their master won't sell them, he'd get an abolitionist to go and steal them. It almost forced me to feel such talk. He would ever have dared to talk such talk in his life before. Just see what a difference it made in him the minute he judged he was about free. The irony, I think, is number 4.
Very good. Yeah. He was shocked, yeah, that he could talk that way. So the irony is that when Jim thinks he will soon be free, he starts asserting himself like any free man. So he starts viewing his life differently. How sad that is that is actually true, right? That so many people lived in slavery before. You have to buy your children. That is something so sad. Okay, thank you. We go to number 3. I'm going to ask Arjun. Good morning, Arjun. Hi, Arjun. No, Arjun. Okay. Andre. Good morning, Andre.
Yeah, Miss, hello.
Hi, can you do number 3?
Okay. Old Jim will never forget you, Huck. You're the best friend Jim's ever had, and you're the only friend he has now. I was paddling off, all in a sweat to tell on him, but when he said this, it seemed to take all the tug out of me. Think the irony is number 3.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Jim talks about Huck being his best friend now. Well, Huck is really thinking of actually betraying him. So that is kind of the irony. They view each other very differently. Okay, cool. Go to the next one, which is Ophie. Good morning, Ophie. Good morning, Ophie.
Good morning, Miss.
Hi, can you do number 4? What's number 4, Ophie?
1, Miss.
Yeah, number 1. Can you read it, please, for me? Please read the text for me. No. They went off and I got back on board the raft, feeling awful because I knew for certain that what I'd just done was wrong. I saw that it was no use for me to try and do the right thing. Then I bought a minute and said to myself, now, hold on. Suppose you had done what was right and given Jim up. Would you feel better than you do now? No, I said. I'd feel bad. I'd feel just about as bad as I do right now. Well then, I said to myself, what's the use in trying to learn to do the right thing? I couldn't answer my own question, so I decided not to worry about it anymore. From then on, I just do whatever seemed easiest at the time. And yes, the irony is number one. How to do the right thing in a situation where everything is unclear. That's the irony of the whole story, right? Okay, any questions about irony, which is created to or used to create an underlying meaning?
Miss Sylvie,
Yes?
are there any kinds of irony?
No, basically, there is the irony that we would use to create humor or fun, or the irony that is a bit more serious, like empathy, showing empathy that you feel for someone, or that you give more a serious undertone, like warning someone. Yeah, it could be a different types of irony. Either just to make a joke or fun of it, or to warn someone, or show that you care and understand someone. Yeah, depends also on the circumstance and situation. That's actually a good question. Thank you.
Miss,
Yeah.
how about irony, like a paradox or play in word or something like that?
Yeah, this can be used as well that way. Can be used as well in that way. So basically, paradox, irony is when you're, I don't know, you're just trying to give out a message, but you don't want to literally say it, right? So for instance, let's say I walk into the classroom and you see me, you say, wow, Miss Sylvie, looking good today. Whereas, let's say my hair is, and maybe I'm wearing my blouse inside out. Oh, Miss Sylvie, looking good today, eh? Yeah, that would be ironic, but in a fun way, right? But it can also be in a way that you show a more serious, maybe you want to warn someone, maybe you want to say something more serious. So it is a play of words in which we try to give an underlying meaning. So we're not saying it literally. So if a paradox is also contradictory, even the irony, we're just saying the opposite of what we mean. Well, a paradox is mostly a contradiction. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, we're going to go to the next part. Okay, we've come to the point of connecting the readings where we organize and where we synthesize. So we're going to look at both texts. So the reading 1, looking for the lie, and reading 2, on the river. Now we see all the points here. Number 1, only a very small number of people can sniff out lies. So do we find this as well? So it says here, complete the chart, decide yes or no. If the main ideas of reading 1 are expressed also in reading 2. And then explain how these main ideas are expressed in the second reading. So this is a very important part to do basically, guys, because here you're learning to recognize ideas and you're learning to correlate them. So this is an important activity. And then in synthesizing, you're basically learning to use the information of multiple sources and to create something with it. So definitely an important part to do. Now, on the first one, we can say it says yes. It gives an example. A small number of people can sniff out lies. Okay, yes, that is mentioned in reading 2. The man on the boat don't recognize Hug's lies. So that definitely supports the point made in reading 1. And that is from line 41 to 47. What about number 2? There are malicious lies. I want to ask Marcel, good morning.
Yeah, Miss.
What is number 3? What's number 3? Number 2, sorry, number 3. Aku salah, maaf. There are malicious lies. Number 2, what is that? Is that a yes or no? Is it mentioned in the second text or not?
No, Miss.
No, it's not mentioned. Do you also know the main idea that are expressed?
White lies.
Basically here, yeah, so it is not expressed under reading two. None of Huck's lies are malicious because none of the lies that have been mentioned were malicious. That's why. Marcel, what is malicious?
Malicious. I don't know, Miss.
Google it. I'm waiting.
Malicious. Jahat, Miss.
Yeah, intended to do harm. Yeah, to harm someone. So that is not good. Okay, so thank you. Okay, we go to the next one, which is wait, where's my name list? Rio, good morning. Good morning, Rio.
Morning, Miss.
Hi, I'd like you to do number 3. Intelligence began as social manipulation and deceit. That's paragraph 6. Is it mentioned, yes or no, in the other text?
Saya belum baca, Miss, ini ya, teksnya.
Okay, you should, yeah, next time, please. Andy,
Yeah,
can you answer that for me? Thank you, Rio. Andy, can you answer that for me?
Miss.
Can you answer number 3 for me?
Hello. Number 3. I think it's no, Miss.
It is yes. Intelligence began as social manipulation. It is mentioned. Number 3. Huck is very clever in his lies to the man on the boat. So it is related, something that is. So it's yes, Huck is very clever in his lies to the man on the boat. That's basically it. Number 4, lying is sometimes a nobler, kinder option than telling the truth. Lyle, can you answer that for me?
For number 4, right? For
Yeah.
number 4, I answered yes, but I'm not entirely sure about the main idea.
Yeah, that's correct. It is yes. Do you also know what supports it or not?
That one I do not know.
Okay, no problem. So Huck, what it refers to is Huck protects his friend Jim with lies, while the truth would send Jim back to slavery. So in this case, that shows that lying sometimes is nobler and kinder option, because in this case, in text 2, he does it to protect his friends. So yeah. So basically, yes, Huck protects his friend Jim with lies, while the truth would send Jim back to slavery. So he protects him with lies, while the truth would send Jim back to slavery, so that Jim would not become a slave anymore. And then 5, thank you, Lau. A foolproof lie detection device would turn our quotidian lives upside down. That is a yes. There would be no moral decisions. Hug would have had no choice. He would have had to turn over the slave. Amel, great job. How you can keep up with this long sentences? Thumbs up. Very cool. So yeah, we can see here that from every point in reading 1, there's another point or example in reading 2 that is correlated. In the second reading, which is a story, we see more, it's more like an example in the story, which refers to a point which is made in reading 1. Reading 1 is an informational text. So that was more about information, giving information about lying. So that was an article, right? And then the points that were mentioned in that article are then correlated to things that have happened in a story as an example. Now we're gonna switch our page to page 46 to do the synthesizing part, where we will use this information to answer also. Okay, let's go to the next page. Show how the main ideas of reading 1 are supported in reading 2. Complete the summary with the words and phrases in the box. So here we've got intelligence, malicious, moral, possible of lying, and saves friend. Okay. In looking for the lie, Robert Moran's Hennig asserts that people do not know when someone is lying to them. It seems that Mark Twain agrees because the men searching for slaves are totally taken in by Huck's lies. Of course, Huck is a very resourceful liar. He knows just what to say to turn the man away and just the right way to say it, not too obviously. This proves what Hennig has been saying. Lying is a sign off. Who would like to answer that? Lyle?
Or number 1, lying is a sign of intelligence.
Yes. It's a sign of intelligence. Not a good thing to do, but yeah. Here you can see in this summary, they're summarizing both readings. Yeah, reading 1 and 2 summarized into 1. Yeah, number 1 is intelligence. Okay, Huck's behavior is not. What is number 2? I'm gonna ask Audrey. Audrey, can you do number 2?
Hello. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
But this is the page 46. Huck's behavior is not malicious.
Yeah, it's not malicious. It's not bad. It's not mean. Thank you. However, he is being noble in trying to. Let me switch to the other class. Clara, what's number 3?
Yes, miss. He's being noble and trying to save his friend.
Yeah, he's trying to save his friend. Exactly. As Henrik points out, there would be no. Fatma, good morning.
Morning, Miss.
What's number 4? Hi, Amel already figured out how to make the letters smaller.
Yeah, I just figured it out. There's like the font.
It's good. Yeah, okay, Fatma, what is it?
Possibility of lying.
There would be no moral choices. Yeah, there would be no moral choices, no free will. If there were no, that is where your answer comes in, Fatma. If there were no possibility of lying, there would be no moral choices, no free will. Can you imagine if we would not be able to lie at all? We can't lie. How would you be able to make a choice then? You wouldn't be able to make a moral choice. You would not be free. It's because you have the freedom to choose that you can choose. It gives you freedom. It sets you free. Yeah, it's very a very strong statement there. Are there any questions? Is this all clear? In that case, we're really quickly going to look at our schedule for today. As you can see, you're going to have a post test after this. We did reading 2 right now during our Zoom. This week, please focus on your project for your essay. It's the time for your outline. So as you have done your brainstorm, you've used your brainstorm to do your research, get your sources, please put that information into your outline, and maybe you can proofread it or ask a friend to look at it, or maybe you want to ask me. That is also possible. Make sure so then you have done your outline for your speaking test last week and then this week for your essay. Okay, guys, this week I will upload all the scores for your journal and your log. Yeah, I will place that inside the Google Sheet. So it is a Google Sheet that you should access to see whether you have outstanding work, yeah, which you haven't done yet. You can also just recheck whether what you have uploaded really got there or not, because it could be that it didn't get in. And also, you can check your grades. Yeah, if your name is yellow, it means it didn't come in. If you've already done it and your name is still yellow, just look for it whether your name pops up. If you did it late or after the supposed date, then your name comes lowest on the list. Just look at it. Okay. Yeah, so your post-study is going to be for you to do the activities and reading too for your ebook. I will open the links for that. Yeah. Wait. Reading too, yeah, your ebook for reading and writing. And your pre-study for next week's Zoom meeting is watching the video, focus on speaking. Unit 2, focus on speaking. And of course, you do the activities for, look at your textbook for listening and speaking. Yeah? Awesome. Okay, that's cool then. If there are there any questions? Anyone who needs to know anything? No? You're all good? You're all smart people, eh? Awesome. Then I'm expecting from class secretary to get your list of late attendance and those that are absent. Thank you very much. Have a great day today. God bless you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Sophie. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Sylvie.